UW opens up at number 5 in the initial college football playoff rankings. And dog fans, trust me, you win out, you're not only in the playoff, you might be a number 1 seed in the playoff. But it all focuses on this weekend. You got to take care of business in LA, in the Collie, the matchup against USC. And for UW to win and continue their path to the CFP, you got to do a couple things. One, play complementary football, meaning you have to run the ball with a little efficiency. 2, you need to protect your Heisman candidate, maybe even Heisman frontrunner, Michael Penix Jr. against a variety of pressures of USC. And you must collapse the pocket on Caleb Williams. And when you get to him, finish the tackle. Braylon Trice had 16 pressures a week ago in their most recent game. Look, bottom line, I think the playmakers of UW show up like Rome Odunze and company, and the Dogs keep their perfect record intact in a classic game at the Coliseum. The USC Trojans sit at number 20 in the initial college football playoff rankings and only have 3 games left. Remember, they're finishing with 9 straight to end the season. If they can win out, they will legit have a shot at returning to Las Vegas in the Pac-12 title game. While they beat Cal, they're still struggling to find consistency on defense. And the defense is going to face its toughest stretch. Washington on Saturday night, and then in Eugene against the Oregon Ducks the following week. Bottom line, for SC to get back to Vegas, they must continue to create turnovers like they did against Cal. And that has a chance to quiet their fan base. Reminder to everybody, USC is the best player in the country in Caleb Williams. He has literally put this team on his back multiple times this season. A top 5 offense, and they can score in bunches. They're going to have to do that, and I think early the next 2 weeks to have a chance to get back to the title game. Don't count off the Trojans. I think we'll see their best effort come Saturday night. The Oregon Ducks sit at number 6 in the college football playoff rankings, right where they want to be. Everything in front of them, and the good news for Duck fans is they were the highest one-loss team in the initial rankings. And I think among all the teams in the top 10, it's fair to say that the Ducks are playing the best among all of them. They're also the healthiest. This offensive line of Dan Lanning is growing into a dominant unit, and that was on display last weekend in Salt Lake City against the best defense in the pack and one of the best in the country. Bo Nix's decision-making, as good as it gets, as good as we've seen in recent years in college football, and on pace to be the best ever in college football. Defense getting pressure on the quarterback, rarely giving up big plays, and forcing teams to earn every single yard. I'll be in Eugene this week and cannot wait to see Dan Lanning's team take the next step. I expect them to do that on Saturday on the Pac-12 Network. The UCLA Bruins sit at number 19 in the initial college football playoff rankings under Chip Kelly, and he's told me many times this is the most connected team he has coached since he's been in Westwood, and it's easily the best defense he's coached. It's on a record-setting pace, like the best ever since the late 1980s under defensive coordinator Danton Lynn. Leatu Latu is the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year, and the scheme, they're truly game planning every opponent and making life pretty miserable for most offenses they face. Now, if they can get some help, they can still get to Las Vegas, and Saturday night in Tucson is a massive test against one of the best offenses in the country in Jed Fish's Arizona Wildcats, and a team that beat them at home a year ago. Keep an eye on the Bruins defensive front against the Wildcat offensive line. It's the best matchup, in my opinion, that's getting no play this weekend. Arizona Wildcats may not have been ranked in the initial college football playoff rankings, but no team with 3 losses was. I would imagine if there was any 3-loss team, it would be Jed Fish's squad. Why? Well, they're playing at a really high level. You look at their losses, they were all really tight. And right now, with Noah Fifita leading this offense, and the offensive line with Jonas Savanaia and Jordan Morgan, the run game, the receiving core, and this much improved defense, Arizona is going to scare every team they play. Their next test is Saturday night against top 20 UCLA. They got to find a way, the offensive tackle position, to handle the edge rushers of the Bruins. They could get this win on Saturday. They got a chance to win out. And if they get a little help, find their way not just into the top 25, but even to the Pac-12 title game. How about that in a 3-year turnaround for Jed Fish?